Hey guys, welcome to Rockin' the Country. I'm Don. I've got a gift request from none other than Terry Wood. You've seen him on the channel. He's like one of the kindest posters on the channel in the history of the 7+ year history of the channel. So Terry, thank you for the gift and this request. And also the cat, and also the hat, or I think you call them lids up there, but in the Great White North. Anne Murray, You Needed Me. I don't think I know this song. And Terry made 2 gifts to the channel. One will post today and another will post tomorrow. But this is what Terry said in his email. He said both of his requests, the artists are from Nova Scotia. And Terry said, the most awarded artist in Juno history will be honored with a Lifetime Achievement Award at the 54th Juno Awards on March 30th. Anne Murray will be the first artist to receive the honor. Wow. Which is being given for the first time since the Juno Awards namesake, Pierre Junot, received it in 1989. The Juno Awards are Canada's version of the Grammys, an extremely high honor. My song choice is You Needed Me. All right, so let's see what Anne's got for us. Here we go. It's a different twist than I Needed You.
Wiped it dry.
Well, I've heard this.
I was confused. You cleared my mind. I sold my soul. You bought it back for me and held me up and gave me dignity. Somehow you needed me. You gave me strength to stand alone again, to face the world out on my own again. You put me high upon a pedestal, so high that I could almost see eternity. You needed me. You needed me.
You know, I have heard this tangentially, and I'm sure I turned it off like immediately because I was a rock guy most of my life until 10 years ago when I converted in so many ways to country. But I can relate to these lyrics. I don't know where she's going with this song. I didn't know the song. I just know the melody from the background at a mall possibly, or somewhere in a movie. But I don't know where she's going with this. I have ideas about it because, you know, I just do. This is how I approach my relationships when I'm in a relationship. And I've not had a lot of serious relationships in my life. I was married and divorced and a couple girlfriends, but nothing majorly. But when I commit to something, I'm in it unless someone blows it up. And for example, and this is common for most people many people in the world anyway, but I don't know where she's going with this though, because there's a balance to be struck. Like if you put somebody too high on a pedestal, it's too subservient. And if you're a man and put a woman too high on a pedestal, for example, it just could come across as needy or weak or subservient. And I know people, not just through my life coaching, but I know just people in life neighbors. I have one neighbor in particular who did this, and he got left. I mean, just cold left, because you got to have a certain measure of respect. I don't know if she's going to go in that direction, but I don't think so. But you needed me.
And I can't believe it's you. I can't believe it's true. I needed you, and you were there.
Yeah.
And I'll never leave. Why should I leave? I'd be a fool. 'Cause I finally found someone who
guys, as she sees it.
Back into truth again. You even called me friend. You gave me strength to stand alone again, to face the world out on my own again. You put me high upon a pedestal, so high that I could almost see eternity.
Why is she on her own again?
You needed me. You needed me. You needed me. You needed me.
That was brilliant. But it's like she didn't get too much into what it shocked her because of how she felt about herself that he needed her too. Now, we never found out what it is that she offered him because she didn't say that. She just was speaking from her own heart and experience what he did for her, because she obviously was at some kind of low point. And it can be shocking that somebody loves you when, if you're at your low point, or you know the deficiencies that you've got, if you want to call them that. And some people are harder on themselves than reality warrants. You know, some people are perfectionistic. I am that way, and I don't like making mistakes. I don't know why. You know, I guess some people are just. There's a balance to be struck. Like, there's a verse in the Bible that says, and you don't even have to believe the Bible. I have my issues with the Bible. Those of you who follow my other channel know that. And I don't mean emotional. I mean just on rational, certain logical grounds, having been a former fundamentalist, if you will. But there's some very good stuff in there to contemplate. And there's a verse that says, let your moderation be known unto all men or people. And it's like, well, most people consider moderation to be an alcohol-related thing. And it certainly applies to that, but it's in all things. I think the translation, a better translation of that is, or like according to usage or just common vernacular, is be in balance to such an extent that others can see it. And I think that makes a lot of sense. And when you're in balance, people know it. When you're out of balance, they know it. Like if you can have a glass of wine or two at a dinner evening, that's good. If you're on your 12th to 1, you're out of balance. People see it. That's alcohol related. Pick your poison if you eat too much. Or if you're overly bossy and controlling, people know you're out of balance. So it's in your perception of yourself and your expectation of yourself and all that, you want to be in balance. I don't know within the context of this song what her perception of herself was, but I love that this wasn't, I needed you. She said that once in the song, maybe even twice, but it came halfway through it. You needed me. And it's like, well, wait a minute. You're the one who benefited from this whole thing. Yet, he still needed you. And maybe that's why it worked. But that line about you gave me strength to be on my own, to go out in the world on my own. And it's like, well, a lot of life is lived on your own. You are out there. You're not walking, holding hands constantly with the person that you're in love with or that you're married to or just whatever. Yeah, what a presentation. What a way of singing it, too. I mean, good Lord, can she sing? And just a simple orchestra. Simple, nothing's really simple. It appears simple, but simplicity requires work. All right, Terry, I'm going to rate this song. And there wasn't a flaw in it. The number that instantly popped into my head was a 10. I'm glad I listened to this in depth later in life rather than earlier, because I wouldn't have gotten it. So, all right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. Shout out to Terry. Have a great day. See you on another video. Keep rocking the country and the Juno Awards.